Hi everyone, I'm just here to give an update on my final network learning project for this class, and it's been a struggle. We've been dealing with a lot of illness over here. Currently this weekend it is a stomach flu, so if you hear any kids pounding on the door, that's what they need their mom for. I'm hiding out in my bedroom right now to make this video. So reflecting on this project, I think that I took off more than I could handle right now. I'm trying to learn a lot of these ASL signs. I guess I just underestimated, I guess, how much I need to memorize and learn. So I had been watching some videos on YouTube, basic signs, and everybody that I watched, it seemed like they went so fast, and it was hard for me to kind of remember what the signals were. And as I mentioned in my previous post about it, with the facial expressions that go with it, it was just kind of a lot more than I realized previously. So then I was thinking to go back to the basics and learn ABCs, and so I was working my way through that. But then I thought that's not really going to help me communicate too well with anybody, really. So I actually found a blogger on YouTube. His channel is called The Rogers in Motion, and he happens to be a kindergarten teacher like me. So he was teaching just some signals that are appropriate to use in kindergarten, things that we get a lot of from kindergartners. So I felt like that was kind of a better path to go on. So the first one that I wanted to share, well, there were a couple that I've been using in class anyway. When the students need a drink, they put 3 fingers to their chin, and this means water. Toilet is another one that we use. So you're kind of making a fist and they kind of shake it in the air like this. That's how I know that they have to use the bathroom, and I can kind of just tell them that they can go. Never thought about using yes and no, the actual hand signals for that. So this one was yes, and this is no. So I'm going to be adding that to, when they're asking to get a drink or use a bathroom, because usually I say we don't do drinks during teach time, and that's a little more disruptive than just being able to say no to the students. And thank you is one that we use as we are leaving our specials classes, or if somebody stopped in for a visit or something, just so we're not all shouting at this presenter. So we hold our hand to our chin and say thank you. It's a nice, quiet way to do that. But some of the signals that I learned from this YouTube channel was to stop, which is a big one in kindergarten. A lot of times they're just going on and on and on. Another good one was I'm sorry. So putting your hand to your chest, just kind of rubbing it like this to say I'm sorry. We're trying to work on social emotional learning at school is a big thing this year, and so that's a really good one for students to work on, is just to be able to say I'm sorry and to mean it. This one I really liked. To do this with your fingers means doesn't matter, which I say to a lot of the students. They tell me a lot of things that I don't necessarily need to know, and doesn't matter. I really liked that. I could use that one too. Another one that he had was to ask for help. So with your hand flat and your thumb up in the air like this is to ask for help, because a lot of times the kids will raise their hand and they're not actually asking for help. They're wanting to tell me something that happened over the weekend, and we do provide time for them to share those things, but usually they decide to tell me right in the middle of when I am teaching. So another one that was important to me was for them to say when they're hurt. So putting their fingers together like this, because I have some very quiet students who don't speak up when they need to, and will just kind of sit there with their hand patiently in the air when you find out that they're bleeding somewhere. So I liked this one to say that I am hurt. Wait. It's a big one in kindergarten, right? Because one of our countdowns when we come over to the carpet is to raise your hand and wait till you're called on. A lot of them will raise their hand and then start shouting out at me at the same time, which is not good. And another good one for kindergarten especially is we're entering into all the wintertime season of germs. Obviously, in my home, we're dealing with that, is to wash. So when kids are coming out of the bathroom, I can show them this signal to remind them, hey, did you wash your hands? If you didn't, you need to go back in there and take care of that. So, but anyway, I really liked his channel. I thought he did a really great job with sharing some things that, like I said, were applicable to kindergarten, things that I could start using in the classroom right now. I don't know how much farther I can go with ASL at this point, because like I said, I kind of bit off more than I can chew as far as, learning a whole language in just a couple weeks time for this class. But I'm really grateful that I did it, and feel like I've learned some new useful tools that can help me out in my teaching practices.